Coach, how do you feel about the team effort?
Good. It was fun. I think whether it's dominant or even like in Drake's instance, getting pins is exciting. It's what our sport really is based around. I mean, that's the ultimate goal. So seeing so many pins and having that domination in the bonus points was good. You want to see that out of your team. We've had a hardest week of practice that we've had, and I can't remember how long ago because of our schedule. We haven't been able to put in a full week like we have. So I was a little bit worried that we would maybe come out sluggish. So then to see bonus points was exciting.
So you got a 57-pounder who's knocking off 97-pounders and 84-pounders. Man, talk about Dewey and what he's been up to.
Well, we kind of took it easy on him this week and let him wrestle the little guys. So I told him before he went out there, I'm like, geez, you got lightweight tonight. So, he obviously is very talented, and we've recognized that. It's good to get him in the lineup because I think we're going to see a lot more of him in the future, and he needs that match experience. But he's doing some good things, and even getting taken down and kind of getting covered up by a big guy. He wasn't consumed by fear or a lack of confidence. He got into a big position where being the smaller guy, you're not favored there. But it's not also has a lot to do with the guy that's most confident there. So had a big move that swung the momentum, but then didn't stop there. Continued to score points, which is what we preach. But I gave him a little bit of a hard time because I think he was our only win tonight that didn't get bonus points. He gave up that last takedown, so I'm gonna keep him on his keep him honest there and keep working on it on finishing those matches. But it's exciting, to give him an opportunity. We had to make some shifts in our lineup this week. So we feel confident throwing him out there and knowing that we're going to have a great chance to be successful.
Is there a chance he makes the postseason roster?
Yeah, you never know. I mean, this team and I mean just the sport in general, wrestling, things happen at the blink of an eye. So I tell all my guys in my room, you train every day to get better, and if you're not getting better, you're getting worse. So you're training for something. And I also say you never know. Your chance might be tomorrow. You might be in there tomorrow. So they need to keep that mindset, and that's how they come into practice preparing. We're not thinking about the postseason, but you're preparing that I'm going to be there when it comes.
Coach, you mentioned Drake. What's it do for the other guys, or the whole team, I guess, to get those back-to-back pins to start it off?
Yeah, it was great, especially because he wasn't wrestling well. He was behind the whole match, and he's come out in the last couple of our duels, and he's been a little sluggish, and his offense hasn't been going. And he wrestled well out in North Carolina, and it seems like he's slowed down a little bit. So we got to figure that out. I think some of that is because he has done a better job of controlling his weight. So then he walks around all week, kind of a little bit of probably a lower physical presence, and so that's probably a little bit of it, but that pays off in the long run, and he's got to understand that you do that 2-3 weeks, and now your body starts adjusting, you start getting your energy levels back a little bit. So I think that was mostly probably why he's been a little bit sluggish, but he also is a he doesn't give up, and late in the match down, he hadn't really got anything going. He really forced a big move there, and swung momentum from maybe going out and dropping the first match to getting a pin, and then bam, all of a sudden, after those first 3 matches, everybody's comfortable. Everybody, some of those tensions, that anxiety goes out. Even for the next guy, it takes that pressure off to go, now I can go out and wrestle and have fun. So pins are awesome, and get the crowd into it, and we've seen a lot of bonus points this year, and that's been a big factor in why we've been successful.
Talk about in the AA, more crowd, bigger crowd in the intro, and just to start off the homestand with that kind of environment.
Yeah, it was cool. We haven't been in there since the renovation, and we talked about it, and we said, let's pull the trigger and see, and then if we don't want to do it again, we don't have to, and I loved it. Now, you want to continue to fill that lower bowl especially. But I thought the crowd was good. I know it's a more comfortable atmosphere for our fans. I've been there. I've said, I've sat in those seats, and so, I hope we'll probably poll the fans and see what they thought about it. You lose a little bit of that tight, close atmosphere that you have in the Uniwild, but at the same time, you have a lot of other features that we can do. So we'll definitely look at doing it down the road, and possibly this year we'll be back in there. But I love the environment, and not just with the entertainment value, but I like the way that mat, the lighting and the mat in there, it looked real nice. So it was cool. But your guys have never done that. You're a little bit worried going down there, to them it's a foreign environment, and we've done it before in years past. It's been, I think, 3 years since we've done it, and I remember when we did it last, it overwhelmed our own guys a little bit because it wasn't their comfort zone. So I thought, I was a little bit worried about that, but they definitely, like I said, scoring that many points, you could safely say they weren't negatively affected by that environment.
I think Branson tweeted out, trying to get people to come out here that bonus points would be scored tonight. Was that kind of a specific focus coming into this one?
We always are, but yeah, bold prediction there. I was excited to see that because you want that as a coach. But no, we constantly talk about that, scoring next and not wasting time and not letting our opponents slow us down. And so when you wrestle that way, when you take winning and losing out of the equation, and you just your objective is to go out and score next, then you will get bonus points, and so we try to keep it simple, and it's not easy for everybody, but I think it has a lot to do with the amount of bonus points we've got this year, just the philosophy that these guys are buying into.